What made Cam so special?
Hmm. I think Cameron, what makes him really special was, he didn't really start swimming competitively till he was like 12, right? Which, in swimming ages is old. And so I think Cameron, what made him special was he actually could bring this kind of freshness to swimming, whereas I had been swimming since I was 5. So I had a lot more maturity at age 12 than he did. But that really served him well. He was able to, kind of approach it with fresh eyes, but he still had all that background because we talked about swimming at the dinner table every night since I was a young child. So he could understand it, but he didn't commit to it till a lot later. So I think that's what made him special. And I think he was a good blend between, I could get a little, out there when I would swim, right? Like a little more about the art of swimming, whereas Alec was more about like, let's get in and race, more of that, what I would say kind of like masculine side to swimming. Whereas I could approach that kind of more softer side, the feminine side. So I think Cameron was somewhere really good in between, right? He mastered the technique, but he was also a fierce competitor. So I think that's what made Cameron special.
What do you think, Matt?
I was waiting.
You got to swim. You were like a freshman, right? When Cameron was a senior?
Right. So again, the Mull name was out there, and my dad is like a talker, and he loved to, we learned about everyone in our area. So my freshman year, Cameron was seated, obviously it was his senior year, and I was in the butterfly race, was in that race where he broke the state record, and like something clicked, like I'm like, wow, I was pretty happy to be in the final heat because, I was comparing myself to my teammates like, oh, well, the kids ahead of me, they didn't make the final heat as freshmen. So kind of set that bar. And then I got fourth in that race. And I just like remember like watching your brother, and I was like, wow, that was awesome. I'm like, this kid, like he doesn't seem like he has a care in the world. He seems so cool. Like, and he goes out and breaks the state record. And, he was like a 138, I think, or something in the 200 free. And I was like, these are sweet swims, right? I'm like, and he seems really down to earth, like total type of my type of dude. And so like it kind of clicked right there. I'm like, if I'm swimming against these guys that are breaking state records, like what's stopping me from doing that? So like the next couple of years I was kind of chipping away at that, but I just remember like his, ease and like, we had heard about the Mull brothers, obviously, like, Michigan swimming, you kind of, you hear the legends. So it was kind of cool to be in that race, but then also to witness it. And I think we were out at lunch, dinner, something in between prelims, finals, and I think the team was there, and then your brother was there, and I just was like starstruck. I'm like, man, this is so cool, So it you always want to be the best. You always want to beat the best, and you want to leave your mark. And like you were saying, like the artistic feel of it, like I totally agree with that. But there's also competitiveness in me, and I'm sure in every one of us that's done this. And like I'm like, yep, like if he can do it, I'm going to do it, And it just kind of kickstarted. And even later in that meet, I won the backstroke out of nowhere, and like it kind of started with that butterfly. I'm like, you know what, like what's stopping me, And I was like, why can't I do this? And so like from that moment on, my career just kind of changed. I was like, you know what, like I'm going to be the best, and I'm going to enjoy this, and I'm going to enjoy winning. So it was fun to race, and it was fun to watch him swim and do as well as he did. And I just loved how laid back he was, and like, just kind of a dude. And I was like, you don't have to be like a standoffish, like, I hate to say this, prick, like, you don't have to be this cocky, arrogant person to be great, like, and to command attention. It was nice to see like a normal person, and like, just, again, I was only a freshman, so I wasn't about to approach him, but like, it was fun to same race. Right. Mm-hmm.